How do folks, and thanks for tuning in for another OBB hardware review. Now, as I mentioned on the recent video, we haven't done much recording lately. Because of that, we've got quite a few reviews coming up in the next week or two. Starting off today with this little beauty, IJoy Exo Tank S. I know there's people out there that are going to start rolling their eyes and thinking, here we go, the IJoy rep is on the case again. But no, this is just one IJoy thing I've got to review as of late. Video the other day was for Watofo's Serpent. We've also got the Watofo Mini Conqueror RTA coming up soon as well. So just the one IJoy thing coming up. So let's take a look at this thing. What we're going to do is we're going to go straight down to tabletop view, do an unboxing, have a look at the specs, see how it all breaks down, and then come back up top and we'll vape on it. There's two different coils that come with it, so we'll try both coils and give a bit of an opinion on both. So, see you down below. Okay then, here we go, the IJoy Exo Tank S, or Exo S Tank, whichever way you want to put it. As you can see, it's fairly standard IJoy kind of packaging, very similar, along the same vein of the RDTA, RDTA Plus, etc, etc. Plastic clamshell with a cardboard sleeve on it. It's got the name of their tank at the bottom, along with their social media branding tags at the bottom there, where you can find them on Instagram and on Facebook. At the side, it's got some warning text on there. We'll have to apologise, the box isn't in the best state at the moment. It's a bit tore off while I was removing the cellophane wrapper. You got information about the tank itself on the bottom there. I want to have a read through that. I'll give you a chance to give it a freeze frame. There we go. IJoy branding on the other side, along with the usual scratch and sniff code, as I call them. Doesn't want to focus in, but yeah, you can scratch and check for authenticity there. If we take the clamshell out of the sleeve, you can see there. The usual array as you get with most tanks. We've got the tank here in the center, little plastic poly bag with some spares, O-rings. We'll take the tank out as well. Also comes with a spare glass, just in case. And there's an extra coil in here. Now, they're not both the same coil, they are two different coils, and I'll explain to you why in a minute. There is a coil pre-fitted in the tank, as you can see, and there is this coil here. Now, this tank is actually designed, this is a kind of thing IJoy do. I think they design their things to be multi-purpose. Their latest iterations of their RDTAs come with multiple different decks, so you can have the deck style that you choose to build on. This tank is designed specifically so you can be more of a mouth to lung vapor with it, or a direct lung inhaler. Now inside, as you can see, there is already the coil installed. That's a 0.15 ohm coil, which is more towards direct lung inhaling. But if you want to do more mouth to lung, it does come with this single coil. You can see it's quite large there. So this is more for mouth to lung. It's 0.4 ohms, rated between 40 and 80 watts. So to be honest, I suspect you could probably get a reasonable hit off that lung inhaling on that one as well. But we'll see that when it comes to testing it. So let's give it a little bit of a breakdown and see how it comes apart. First of all, look, you can see there we've got plenty of airflow. Goes all the way to one side, and what's on one side is on the other. Well, you can close it fully off, and it does stop there. It doesn't keep rotating around continuously. It's one way or the other. There we go. It's a nice little top fill system. Actually, before I do that, I'll show the drip tip does come off if you want to use your own drip tip. It's completely replaceable, but it's a nice little Del ring drip tip there, low profile. Top screws off. A nice easy top fill system. Plenty of room there if you can get rid of the glare. You can see there's plenty of room there for you to fill your juice up in there. That one here is a little tricky to undo the top because there's no knurling there. But that comes apart. I can just get it to unscrew. It does come apart, guys. I have already checked this. Now what we'll do is we'll undo it from the bottom. It is a, oh there we go, it's a pressure fit system for the glass. The chimney for the top section screws into the coil. You can see the threading inside there. The threads have all been buttery smooth so far, and that press fits and holds the glass in there. Move that off. It's a nice, easy to replace coil. Just screws in and out. As you can see, plenty of room in there for lots of airflow, and same goes for the bottom of these coils. If that will focus in, see, huge amount of space for airflow. So if you are a direct lung inhaler, even on this big single coil one, you're still going to get a lot of airflow there, even though it's supposed to be a mouth to lung coil. On both the coils you've got nice big slots for juice wicking, so even your thicker 80-20s and your 90-10 VG-PG ratios should wick very well through those. And there we go, there you have it. The 0.15 coil is a quad coil system, and the 0.4 coil is a big, massive, that's a huge diameter on that, but that's a nice big single coil in there. What I'm going to do is, because I'm more of a direct lung inhaler, I'm going to put it back together with the 0.15 coil. Sure that's screwed in there nice and tight. Put the glass there. Screw the top back onto it. As I said, the chimney fastens into the top of the coil. There we go. And the top just goes back on there like that. Nice and simple, nice and easy. So there you have it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just pop it back apart again, prime the coil, fill her up, give her a try. I'm going to start out using the 0.15 coil, but I'm going to give the 0.4 coil a quick blast as well. Even though I tend to vape more down around the 0.15 to 0.2 range, and we'll give the 0.4 a try and come back to you and let you know what I think of it. So hold fire, we'll go back up top and I'll give you my opinions, see what we think of it. Hi guys, and welcome back up top, or I'm now calling it Ugly Cam. Now, before we go into how the coils are, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back over a few of the details of the tank itself. It is a 22mm wide tank with a standard 510 pin. It does have a protruding pin, which is suitable for hybrid connections, but to be honest, you're probably not going to want to use this on an unregulated mech mod. It is compatible, it will work, but you're probably going to want to be able to adjust your wattage. Now, it's got a 3.2mm capacity. As you can see, this one is in stainless steel, which is available in black as well. This one was sent to us by Heaven Gifts for purposes of review, but it is available on Heaven Gifts right now. It's unbelievably cheap, to be honest. It's $20.50, which works out to just over £16 in sterling. So, bargain little deal. You get the two coils with it as well. You get the XSC1, which is the single coil, and the XSC4, which is the quad coil, 0.15 ohms. The coils are readily available, anywhere between 15 and 20 pounds. There's plenty of them around. You can also, if you want, it doesn't come with the kit, but you can also get a single coil RBA deck for it. So if you want it more of an RTA, you've got that option. Now, anyway, as you can see, I'm already down part way. This is the second tank I've used on the 0.15 coil. I've been giving it a bit of a run through. I will swap over to the 0.4 coil and give you a little update on that shortly. But for now, 0.15. That's some pretty respectable clouds from that. Such a cheap little tank, little budget option. That's pretty respectable. And the flavour coming through is beautiful as well. Now, it's not quite as much airflow as I would personally prefer normally, as I'm much more used to drippers and large open airflow chuff caps, things like that. But for a 510 drip tip, airflow wide open, it does okay. This coil's rated for between 40 and 100 watts. I've currently got it up at 90 watts, as you can see there. It is just at about the 4.24 volts. Now, it's supposed to be a 0.15 coil. It is reading at 0.2. I don't know if that's the coil, in this specific coil in general, whether it's like that with all of them, I don't know. I have tested it on a couple of my different mods, and it both comes in at the same. When I did first start it up, it was at 0.22, and it has dropped down to 0.2 now, so maybe it just needs a little bit of breaking in. But for a cheap budget tank, bloody lovely. I'm just using it with the Darth Vape Lemon Tart at the moment. Get onto these guys, brilliant juice and incredibly reasonably priced. But I don't know what more I can say about it other than it's a cracking little budget tank. It's a nice small size. It doesn't stand out too high. It's nothing offensive. It's only got a 3.2 mil capacity, which some may want more. So if you're out vaping all day long, you're probably going to top it up a few times, especially on the 0.15 coil. It does go through it, maybe not quite as thirsty as the Smocks or the Cleto 120, but it also doesn't do big, huge, enormous clouds like the Cleto 120 and the TFV Smocks do. But it's bloody good. As I say, you can see some perfectly respectable clouds there. If you're a huge, massive cloud chaser, you might not be quite what you're looking for. But at just over £16, give it a try, you might be surprised. If you lose if you lose your main tank or break it and you're a bit stuck for money, you need a quick budget replacement option, I can't grumble about it. Exo S Tank by IJoy. It's pretty surprising. Oh, I'm really loving that lemon tart flavour. Really am. What's left in the tank? Clean it out. Prime up the 0.4 coil. Pop that in. Give it a try. It's probably not going to be quite to my liking because I'm more of a low ohms direct long inhaler. But we'll give it a try and I'll give you a fair verdict. So give me a minute and I'll be back. Right then folks, we're back. Got the other coil in. It is on a different mod now because same thing as on the other coil, the 0.15, it is reading a little bit higher. So I've been switching it around a few mods to see, just to make sure it was as it was coming out, and it's come out the same on each mod. This one is reading at 0.45, so it seems like the coils may well run slightly higher ohms than stated. Who knows why? But anyway, you can see I mean, this is the second tank I'm going through. I've already got part way down it. It's the big, massive single coil that I showed you in the top-down video, and yet again, I'm quite surprised by it. That's some pretty big clouds, to be honest. It's a single coil because it's that one big single coil with a much bigger inner diameter. as opposed to the quad coil, which has got the 4 smaller ones. It's a lot more airy. I haven't mouthed along it because I don't mouth the long vape. It's weird. I can't quite get along with it. I'm definitely a direct long inhaler. But even I've had to turn down the airflow a little bit, as you may be able to see there. It's down to about 3/4 airflow because that huge diameter of the single coil, it lets a lot more air through. Because of that, I'm getting quite nice big clouds, to be fair. The flavour's a little bit more muted than on the quad coil, but it's still definitely there. There's still plenty of flavour. And strange as it seems, I actually kind of think I prefer the single coil, if I'm honest. This one is rated at 40 to 80 watts. I'm actually running it at 60 watts at the moment. And I'm getting a nice full flavour vape. And you're seeing the cloud production from it. I don't know what else to say other than it's really surprising me. So anyway, we'll go back to who's this for. I think this is for anybody who's coming over on from the little e-cig sticks or the cig-alikes, who are transferring over from that, wanting to go more towards sub-ohm vaping. If you've already been vaping, or if you're a complete starter, you could go on to this if you haven't done any vaping at all. If you are a more experienced vapor, but you're not into the real, big, doing drippers and building your own coils with the massive chuff cap airflow things. If you're more of a middle of the road kind of vapor, you're not fussed about enormous clouds, this may well be right up your street. Also, if you just want a quick stopgap tank, because you're looking at getting something bigger and better, but your last one's broken, you need a replacement, at just over £16, you really can't grumble. This is an absolute steal. For £16, it's awesome. So as I said earlier, you can get it from Heaven Gifts. That's who provided us ours. They've got it for I think it was just over £16, £15, £16 for the tank itself, $20.50. It is available on Heaven Gifts. I'll put a link down below in the description. So if you want to pick yourself one up, seriously, I'd look at going and getting one. Off a single coil, clouds like that, unbelievable. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to sign off now. If you've enjoyed the video, or if not, leave us a thumbs up, thumbs down, drop us a comment, let us know what you think, and please do subscribe, guys. That way you'll get notified as soon as we put a new video up. We are looking at putting quite a few videos up in the next week or two. We've got a lot of backstock to catch up on in terms of reviews. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.